Yo, Slapping guys, it's Tony, aka T Slaps, and we are here with our Week 7 prep, our Week 7 team builder versus Coach Joe DeFlamin. I believe he goes by Grandmaster J now. Let me double check on that. And his Atlanta Talonflames. Of course, if you're new to the channel and you do like league content, Pokemon content in general, be sure to hit that like button and of course subscribe. We got that coming out weekly. Of course, we also got streams where I'm doing that, and then also other games. I got FPS games I really like playing, of course. So if you guys are interested in that as well and checking that out, I would love for y'all to go check that out over on Twitch. But yeah, this week we're going up against Talon Master J. I'm sorry, not Grandmaster J. Talon Master J. I'm sorry about that. And let me start by saying, spoiler alerts for our Week 6 game, but we did not end up winning, so our chances at playoffs are pretty much dead at this point. I think the top 7 seeds have pretty much clinched. 8 seeds, like, I guess, kind of up for grabs, but at this point, it's very, very unlikely that I make it. Still gonna play. We're still gonna play it out, and try to at least try to come up as close as we can to making playoffs. Of course, like I said, this is our first Wi-Fi league, so I think just showing the best performance that we can every single week is kind of our goal. So we're going to continue to try to shine in this. And we're facing against Joe DeFlamin, who has also had a bit of a rough season. But just because of that doesn't mean we're going to underestimate him one bit. Now, are we? Not at all. So we're going to be going up against him. You're going to see the teams right here. Of course, our team is the same as usual. Weavile, Nihileo, Silvally, Runamo, Magmortar, Mandibuzz, Necrozma, Gastrodon, Melmetal, and Aromatisse. Our opponent having Tapu Koko, Frostlass, Virizion, Tapu Koko, Frostlass, Virizion, Victini, Tentacruel, Porygon Z, Dragonite, Nidoqueen, Solrock, Pangoro, and Vikavolt. So, Tapu Koko, pretty scary. I'm going to do what I did last week and kind of run through what I think his team's going to look like. Tapu Koko, I think it's just going to be probably like a Life Orb attacker. If I had to guess, maybe he runs Boots just because, Boots spam. Why not? Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, U-Turn. And then last move could be like Nature's Madness, Taunt, Roost, something like that. I don't think he needs Dazzling Gleam in this matchup. So there's that. Next, we got Frostlass. I don't love Frostlass this matchup, I'm not going to lie. But if it comes, it could be like a Will-O-Wisp set with like Hex. You could run Spikes as well, and then like Freeze Dry and Taunt. I think that's like good, just a utility Frostlass set with Willow. I think that would be what he brings. I don't love it this matchup. I think it could come. I think it definitely could be viable. But I definitely think he has a better 6 he could bring. Next, we got Virizion. I think really Stone Edge, Close Combat, Leaf Blade, SD. All he needs, just those 4 moves, kind of runs through my team. And he can run like Lumberry just in case he's like scared of like my Rotom or something, statusing it. I think that's perfectly fine for him to bring. Next, we got let me see here. We got the Tentacruel. I don't know exactly how he wants to build this Tentacruel, but I definitely think there's a lot of viability this game. I think Scald, Fledge Bomb, Knock Off, Giga Drain, those 4 attacking moves are really, really good throughout my team, just depending on which ones he decides to throw onto the set. Haze could be nice for any, like Necrozma, Weavile, like, I don't know what else wants to set up. Any of those setup bonds, that could be nice. Toxic Spikes could be nice against my team. And then also for like the spin, I think spin could be nice. So I definitely think the Tentacruel could come. I think it's gonna be hard kind of pinning what kind of spread and set he runs on the Tentacruel, but I definitely think I could see that coming. Next, we got Victini here. I definitely think it's gonna be a special Victini. Maybe he throws on VQ8, but I definitely think special Victini, Blue Flare, Energy Ball, U-Turn, and then like Dazzling Gleam or Psychic. I think those are pretty nice. And then he's either Boots or Scarf. Porygon Z, very, very scary, of course. Lexium running, he could be Double Dance. You could just choose either Nasty Plot or Agility. I think it's really hard to kind of put a set on Porygon just because every single set with Porygon really works. It's really nice against my team. I think I could see him running Zen Headbutt. I think I want to scout for that. Him running Zen Headbutt for my Nihileo. But other than that, I think it's just going to be a traditional, whether it be Specs or Scarfed or like a Dance Porygon. I think it'll be fine. Next, we got Dragonite. I really don't like Dragonite in this matchup. I think if he brings it, it's going to be a Banded set maybe. But I really don't. I think if he brings it, he brings Banded Dragonite. But I don't love Dragonite outside of that. I think if he wants to run DD, he runs into a very limited move slot with that. I guess like Earthquake, Dual Wing Beat, Extreme Speed. Maybe get rid of Dual Wing Beat or Extreme Speed for Outrage. I think it's just really hard for him to sweep with Dragonite. So I think if he brings it, it's going to be Banded. I don't like Dragonite though. I definitely think he has better options. Next, we got Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen, offensive rocker, completely runs through my team. I'm not going to lie. Earthquake, Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Stealth Rocks, all he needs. And he really doesn't need that much speed. If he wants to run some speed to like outspeed my Weavile after Scarf, he can. Otherwise, he really doesn't need any speed. And then that's also, you know, a max HP Nidoqueen with a lot of bulk. And it's a problem. Nidoqueen is a problem, I won't lie. Solrock, I didn't really know like what to expect when prepping for Solrock. I definitely know it gets some fire moves, so it could be like some lore for my Melmetal, I guess. But I think Melmetal, or I think Solrock is on the same page as Frostlass, where it has some viability, but I don't really think it's in his best interest to run it. I think he has a better 6. That's how I think about that. Pangoro. Pangoro is just the same as Nidoqueen, where it runs through me. It definitely has to run some HP, but it just runs through me. I think just close combat, knock off Poison Jab, or if he wants, he can run Iron Head instead of Poison Jab. Either one works. And then Parting Shot against my team, boom, just runs through it. I don't really have a great switch in a Pangoro, I'm not going to lie. So that's very, very scary. And lastly, Vikavolt. I can see him bringing Vikavolt for the webs. I think that webs is really, really nice. And then I think from there, he has trouble fitting 3 moves onto there. I think he wants to run a physically defensive set with like webs and roost, but then that really limits his other 2 moves. I think he might not be able to run Volt Switch, so maybe like Thunderbolt and Energy Ball, maybe. Does he really need Bug Buzz? Thunderbolt, looking through the team, not really. I think Thunderbolt, Energy Ball is good enough against my team. So that's what I'm expecting him to bring, and I think he has a very offensive team. I think he has a lot of offensive threats that do really well against my team. And I mean, this is, I think, the best team we could build for it. So we got an AV Melmetal here, Double Iron Bash, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. I tossed up between Rock Slide and Rock Tomb a lot, that being for the Vikavolt. Because as we saw last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, Rock Tomb ended up coming in handy because then I outsped the threat or his defensive switch into it afterwards, and then I ended up being able to kill it. But I think that just getting the most damage as I can onto that Vikavolt and pressuring it's a bit more important to me in this game. So I think I'm gonna go with Rock Tomb, or I'm sorry, Rock Slide. And then Double Iron Bash hits pretty much everything. Ice Beam just to hit that Dragonite a little bit harder, and then Earthquake for like the Victini, the Tentacruel. That's about it. Next we got a Weavile here. Weavile, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, knock off an SD with boots. It creeps a Modest or Adamant KOKO. I'm thinking it's going to be special, like I said earlier, so probably Modest. This is a potential win con for me late game, depending on if I get the SD up. I think it was kind of hard for me to decide where I wanted to speed creep Weavile, but I think if Joe really wants to be aggressive with his Tapu Koko speed creep and tries to make sure he can get into the Modest range, I want to be able to punish that, and so I'm just making sure to outspeed that with Weavile. Next, we got our Nihileo Ear, Power Gem, Psyshock, Dazzling Gleam, Stealth Rocks. I really wanted Rocks this matchup. Pressures the team a lot if it's not boots. I don't really, and if I can get the knockoffs with Weavile, that's amazing. So I really wanted Rocks, and then maybe if he brings a Defogger instead of his Spinner, then that helps me get hazards off the field. So Power Gem, Psyshock, Dazzling Gleam, Stealth Rocks. The 4th move I really would have liked was be Sludge Wave, but unfortunately I couldn't fit it on. I really needed Dazzling Gleam for the Pangoro, and Psyshock hit like the Virizion, which would have been covered by Sludge Wave. It hit the Tentacruel easier, and because its physical defense is a bit lower. It hit the Nidoqueen. The Nidoqueen's kind of like, I wouldn't have hit it anyways, but a Psyshock's fine. The only thing that really like I lose out hitting on like extremely hard with Sludge Wave would be the Tapu Koko. So I made sure I had enough special attack to where I could 2 a KO the Tapu Koko. And I also get the Beast Boost, special attack boost with that investment. I have enough speed to outspeed, I think, Tentacruel speed creep that I have him going for on my notes. I have enough Spadef to where I'm not going to take the Beast Boost away from the special attack, and then I see the rest in HP and defense. So that's my thought process there with that set. Just meant to be kind of a Spadef wall. Not going to probably be the best, but it looks nice. Next we got a DD and a Necrozma here. Just enough speed, I think, to outspeed KOKO at +1. Photon guys are Earthquake, Brick Break, DD. It's like Weavile, where I could potentially sweep late game. I'm going to try to see how I can play it. Next we got a mainly Spadef, Aromatisse, Moonblast, Wish, Protect, Calm Mind. Just meant to take on his special threats. A lot of his threats are going to be special, I think, across his team. Viridion and Pangoro are the only two that I might have a problem with. I have enough physical defense to where I can take 2 banded stab hits from the Pangoro with this set. So Moonblast, Wish, Protect, Calm Mind. And then Calm Mind was just to boost my special attack. I think if he doesn't have the... I don't know, depending on what he decides to bring, I think Calm Mind could actually potentially put in the work. I didn't think I really needed a 4th move. Maybe having like Aromatherapy could have been nice. But I think this is fine. I think Calm Mind and boosting my special defense is going to make up for the fact that I'm having to take some out for my defense, my physical defense. That's my thought process behind that. And then lastly, we got a Silvally Water. It's meant to be bulky to help maybe take some of the pressure off for Aromatisse and Nihileo. And I really just needed a Defogger, to be honest. I didn't have a great switch into Victini still, so I just decided to throw on Silvally Water. Thought that might be fine. Multi-attack, Psychic Fang, Ice Beam hits his team pretty well, and then Defog. Like I said, I really needed a Defogger with him having webs, rocks, and spikes, and T-spikes, like literally all the hazards on his team. I really decided I needed a Defogger. So that's what we're starting to bring. And then tomorrow you'll see our week 7 game. It'll be up tomorrow, aka Friday, if you're watching this on Thursday when this comes out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, our opponent and all the NCP coaches are down in the description below as the season wraps up. The NCP playlist, of course, is always down there in the description. So if you want to go watch all the other games, that's also going to be over there. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Tony, aka T-Slaps, and I'm out. Peace.